Hey kids, a couple of days ago here at the film festival, I saw a film that I don't know why I was drawn to this film, but there was so much about it that I thought that I should see. And one of the main things that caught my attention was the title to it. The title is called Qué Sarah Sarah, and it's about a woman and some struggles that she goes through. And when I was a kid, oh, by the way, this is Rajesh Pednekar.
Yes.
Am I correct? Okay, thank you. I try to say it right. And this is the producer and one of the main actors of the film. And I felt a really big connection to this film. And I met with him after I saw the film, and I told him, I said, I have to interview you because this film means so much to me. And I wanted to tell you that the reason it means so much to me or actually what I said was, you made this film for me.
Oh.
And the reason I said that, we'll figure this out, or they'll figure it out, and so will you, after this interview goes on. So when I was a little boy, my mother would sing to me all the time.
Okay.
And my mother had a beautiful voice, and she passed away about 2 years ago. And I spent 3 weeks with her in the hospital, holding her hand. She was in a coma, and I spent 3 weeks with her, holding her hand until she passed away. And she would sing to me, Qué Sera Sera, whatever will be, the future's not ours to see. Qué Sera Sera. And I would ask her all the time, Ma, sing that song for me, Ma, sing that song for me. And she would sing it to me all the time. So anyway, that's why I was drawn to the movie. And then when I saw it,
Nostalgic.
I thought, wow, that's really cool. So let me ask you now, where are you from?
I'm from India.
From
and
India?
Yeah, a place called Goa.
Goa, okay.
A very beautiful city of India. And I'm from there.
Awesome. And how long have you been making films?
Now, this is, as a production company, this is my first film as in my production company. But I have been doing films, basic, and films was showcased in several international film festivals. So I have been traveling for other films too.
Okay.
But this being my own house production, and plus this film has taken me and my entire team's work across the globe.
Right.
Boston, now Houston, now we are Cannes. In Cannes market we'll be screened.
Right.
Now we'll be going to Toronto Indian International Film Festival. Like in India, there's a very big festival, that's IFFI, International Film Festival of India.
Yeah.
So it's been showcased there. It's been showcased in Dhaka also.
Okay.
And hopefully many more to come.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure it will, because this is an awesome film. Now, how old were you when you started, or when you first started getting involved in films, either as an actor or...
Yeah, I started as an actor in the drama. Okay, so that was at the age of 17.
Okay.
17. And we have been doing local languages and also the English language, like then Anton Chekhov's, Neil Simon's plays, which I did. And
which play did you do of Neil Simon's?
Anton Chekhov's, we did The Bear. Neil Simon's, The Sneeze.
Yeah.
And The Sneeze I did. I remember doing Sneeze. It was very hilarious.
Right.
And I was doing the man who sneezes onto the officer.
Right.
And then the way he every time trembles.
Right.
Whenever the officer and he tries to say sorry to him.
Right.
And the officer is not bothered about him.
Right.
But that's something nice to perform that role.
Right.
So then I felt that was a good. Then Antigone, Shakespearean play, which I had played Creon.
Right. Nice.
Because that it's nice to have that crayon base,
Right.
the I wish to.
Right.
That sound.
That sounds really cool. So you were 17, and can I ask how old you are now?
Now I'm 1965 born, so I think 51.
51? Oh, you're still a baby. You're still a baby. All right. So on this film, he plays one of the main characters, and you pulled it off. It was awesome. I mean, the gray hair, the whole. You got to watch this film. It's a really powerful film. So, did your family support you with making films, or did they say, "What are you crazy?" When you first said, "Well, I want to be in films. I want to do,"
Yeah, no. I used to do dramas earlier, so they were used to it. The whole process I'm doing, and I was already doing theater. And when this film came up, so I told my wife, let's produce this film.
Right.
So me and my wife are producers for this film.
Yeah.
And my good friend,
Yeah.
very good friend, where we have done theater together for last 30 years,
Nice.
Rajeev Shinde, who's directed this movie. He's written also this movie, screenplay.
And what is his name again?
Rajeev Shinde.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Watch for that guy.
yes.
Yeah.
And we said, I said, I like this story of yours, let's do it.
Right.
He said, there are no songs like in Indian films. There's songs,
Right,
and that's little fight
Yeah.
and crap and all those
Yeah.
things. Pura entire masala film. But he said, this is not the film like that. I said, I don't mind.
Right.
I like the script.
Yeah.
I want to do this film
Nice.
because I was seeing something different of this film.
Right.
That anybody in this world would like it.
Right.
It's not only the Indian would like it, or American would like it, or Britisher would like it. Anybody, because that can happen in anybody's life.
Right.
That story can happen in anybody's life.
Right.
Different economic strata, or anybody's.
Right.
So I felt that we should do this. And of course, if your family always is supportive,
Right.
I think it's nothing like
Oh
it.
yeah. And you have a wife that supports this.
Yes.
That's excellent. Excellent. What's her name?
Rajesh Pednekar. And her name is
No.
Gayatri.
No. Her name.
Gayatri.
Gayatri. Gayatri, you rock, man. For supporting your husband in what he loves to do. You're awesome, and God will take care of you. So you wrote this story, or who wrote the story?
No, Rajeev Shinde wrote the story.
Okay.
Because the story was his and he wrote the dialogues of it.
Okay.
Screenplay, direction also is his.
Awesome. Well, I think when is this going to hit the circuit? I mean, when is it going to?
In India, it will be released on 5th of May.
Okay. And do we have a release date here in the U.S. yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Not yet.
So somebody who can do this, if you want to see an awesome film that you can make a lot of money distributing it, you need to come watch this film, or you need to get a hold of this guy and find out how to make this film, or how to distribute this film. I'm sorry, how to distribute this film, because it's an awesome film. There was a couple of things that I told you that you made this film for me. I wanted to
Okay.
tell you a little bit. I wrote down a big list of stuff.
I see.
And one was, I told you about my mom singing Qué Sarah Sarah to me.
Yeah.
Also, my mom was a very hard worker her whole life.
Okay.
She had 9 kids,
Okay.
and she always wanted to be a singer. And because she had kids, she wasn't able to.
Yeah. She had to devote the life towards the kids.
To the children, yeah. And she only got married. Now, this is private things that my mom told me, but my mom passed away about 2 years ago, so I thought I could share them with you now. She got married because she had a very overbearing father.
Okay.
And so she got married at 14.
Oh.
And my father was 60. So anyway, so they had 9 kids. Her first kid was born with the same, basically, cerebral palsy, which is what this child had
Yes.
in the film. And my mother's first child was born with cerebral palsy. And her name was Maria. They named her Maria. And she, back then, this was 60 years ago, 60-something years ago, cerebral palsy, wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
And so my mom felt that, she was going to suffer her whole life, the child.
Yeah.
And so she how can she assisted in the baby only lived 7 days. My sister only lived 7 days. And my mom confided in me and told me that she had helped because she didn't want her to suffer her whole life, So this was something that my mother lived with, that she shared with me, something that she every day, she lived with the fact that, she did something that might not be right in some people's eyes,
Yes.
but in her eyes at the time, she felt that's what she, was the best thing for the baby.
You start thinking that way.
So this is a pain that my mom lived with every day of her life, and she didn't confide that in me until later on. And but I always felt like there was something that was, eating her, and I never knew what it was until she told me. Now here's the cool thing: the next child that my mother had was a girl also,
Okay.
and that child was born 1 year later, on the same day that my sister passed away. Okay, so on the very same day, a year later.
So she must
my
have
second
felt
sister-
some karmic connections.
Correct. And this is when I started watching your film. I started saying, because I've been asking for my mom to, to let me know that she's okay, to let me know that, that.
Yeah, out of concern, you start.
Yeah, because she lived her life in guilt, because she thought that she was going to go to hell because of what she did, and so she felt that she was, going to be in trouble with God, which she's not. But I've always felt that I wanted her to give me some kind of sign that was going to let me know for sure that she was okay. So. I asked her right before the last scene of your movie. I asked her what, to give me some kind of sign to tell me that that this was a movie that she was, letting me know what she was trying to tell me, because so much of it was about exactly her life, what had happened in her life. I mean, to the T. Almost.
Surprising.
And so I told, right before the film was over, I leaned over to Tyrone and I said, she's gonna show me the number 7, and I said to Tyrone, watch, the number 7's gonna show up. And sure enough, in your very last scene, when you're on the little barge,
Yes.
if you look up on the wall,
Yes.
there's the number 7.
Yes.
Okay. Now it gets better. My mother's name, the name of the character of the lady, what was her name on the film?
Sarah.
Sarah what?
Sarah Gonsalves.
Right. Well, that's my mother's name,
My God.
Sarah Gonzalez.
My God. It's too much.
Yeah. So do you see why I said you made this film for me? So.
I'm really
Yeah.
shocked.
Yeah. Me too. I was shocked that night, and I still am shocked now. So.
I don't know
So.
how this happened.
Well, it's a way. I wasn't going to come to this film festival.
Okay.
He was going to come. Tyrone was going to come because he won an award here, and I wasn't going to come. But something was telling me to go. Come here, come here, come here. You have to come here. And your film, more than once, showed up in when I would flip through the book to find out what I'm going to watch. And on the way to the theater, we still had not decided what we were going to watch. And I told Tyrone, I said, well, dude, my mom always sang that song to me, so we might as well go see it. And so
You just took
we
a
walked
chance.
in. Yeah, so we took a chance and we saw it. And that's why I said that you made this film for me.
My
To
God.
let me know. I know, thank you. And I
Because-
thank you so much. And the thing is that you touched me in a way that probably you might not have touched anyone else in the world. But you touched me, and so with my help, I want to help you get distribution for this film. So hopefully, with our audience, someone in our audience, which we have Richard Linklater watches us, Jack Black watches us, Matthew McConaughey, Willie Nelson. All these people watch us on a regular basis, and they're all friends of mine. People that I know, and so hopefully through our show we can help you get a huge distribution, and it needs to be distributed because this is an awesome film, folks. So. Anyway, that's the interview. I'm so glad that you came here to show us this film because you gave me so much comfort.
And you told me this, you revealed me this facts. I really got a goosebumps.
Yeah, exactly.
Because where we are, thousands and thousands miles away.
Exactly.
And you have similarity about this.
Right.
Okay, we have our character Sarah Gonsalves.
Right.
Okay, your mother's name Sarah Gonsalves.
Exactly.
The same thing happens in her life.
Right.
Which we have shown in our movie.
Right.
We don't know you.
Right.
We just met at this festival.
Exactly.
Miles away.
Right.
But I think it makes you believe more about the karmic connections.
There is. I do believe, even in some religions they say in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Yes.
So I do believe in spirits. I do believe that I can communicate with spirits.
Yes.
And I do it often.
Oh.
And my mother had a really, really rough life because she had so many kids, and so it was just a really, really, I don't know. I don't want to go too much into it, but I just wanted to show you the connection. That's why I said you made this film for me. So.
And I also wish that her soul should always rest in peace.
Oh, she will. Thank you. She will. She's come to me since, and she's shown me some other stuff that's really cool as to what's going on in her life right now. So, and it's really, really cool.
This talk is taking it somewhere else. It's different.
Yeah.
Because I had several interviews, especially regarding these movies.
Yeah.
But this is something
powerful,
different.
huh? Yeah.
Very, very. I'm surprised and I'm really.
Yeah.
It's
I
really,
know. I was crying during your film the whole time. It really, really got to me. So before I start crying again, thank you so much for doing this interview.
Pleasure.
And thank you for doing the movie.
Pleasure.
And let's get him distribution.
Thank
All right,
you.
kids, keep watching.
Thank you.
Oh, and you got to say yeehaw because you're in Texas.
Oh, yeehaw!
There you go. That's it.
And with this.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. But now you understand
Yes.
why that touched me so much. Whoa.
It's a.
See, here's my thing. If it was one thing, if it was one coincidence, if it was two things, okay, still a coincidence. But 9 things, I was like, and number 7 was your lucky number. That was your favorite number.
Yeah, once
And then,
come into the.
Yeah, at the very end, right in your last scene, as you're coming in, you look on the wall, there's number 7. I guess it's the number of the boat or something.
Yeah.
And the last number is 7.
And you had told them.
Yeah, I told him, I said, dude, watch. Number 7's going to come up, watch. Yeah. And it did. And because there was so much. When you said the name in the movie, I was like, are you kidding me? That's the name?
And we finished our movie shooting in 16 days. 1 plus 6 is 7.
There you go. My mom was a very powerful woman. She was a very, very strong woman. And when you have 7 boys, she had 2 girls and 7 boys. And she was just a very powerful woman.
The first one was
my sister Maria. Yeah, she's the one that she passed away.
now total 9 kids.
Total of 9 kids, yeah.
So one has passed away.
3 have passed away. Yeah.
Okay, that's later then.
Yeah. My sister passed away about a year ago. My brother, that was older than her, I'm sorry, that was right after her, passed away.
But you are 7?
7 or 8 years ago. There's 7 boys.
No, you are
I'm the 5th.
5th.
Yeah, I'm the 5th. I'm the boys.
And who's 7th one?
Let me see. Linda, Jesse, Charlie, Larry, me. Maria, Belinda, Jesse, Charlie, Harvey, Gary, and me. I'm the 7th one.
I told you. I told you.
I'm the 7th one. Wow.
I told you you would be the 7th one. Because I strongly believe in the connections. That's why I said you must be the 7th one.
I always thought I was the 6th one because I never counted Maria.
Because you have to count Maria.
Yeah, I didn't know her. You know, because she was born way before I was born.
Yeah, but
So
you have to, because you have to count her. Because that's where it starts.
Yeah. Wow. Salud. Now I need alcohol. All right, that's it.
Super.
That's it. All right, I gotta go.